So this podcast will be a taste of the word in which I will just share a verse or two with you and some of my thoughts in regards to that verse. And really all I want to do is I want to take you with me in some of my studies as I look into different gospel principles and doctrines. And I'm going to start by learning about obedience. And so we'll start with our first verse, which is Genesis chapter 6, verse 22. And in this is right after the Lord commands Noah to build an ark and to bring animals in, and you can start with verse 14 if you want, where that begins that paragraph where he goes from 14 through about 20, where he's kind of talking about what he wants him to bring into the ark. And then in verse 22, this is the one I want to share. Thus did Noah according to all that God commanded him, so did he. And I guess that to me is kind of, and obviously we're talking about obedience. Noah was obedient to God in doing all that God had commanded him in relation to building the ark, bringing the animals in. And as a result of his obedience, as a result of having done all things that God had commanded him to do, he and his family were spared from the flood. And I kind of think about this in relation to myself and the flood of temptations, the flood of sins, the flood of transgressions that we experience in this life. And I like to think that if I am doing if I do all according to all that God commands me, then I will be blessed to be lifted up above those waters of tribulations, waters of trials, waters of sin, until I am firmly landed on celestial ground. Thank you.